Okay, Kian, welcome to the speaking section. Part two, describe an important decision you made on your own. You should say what the decision was, where you were, and how you made the decision, and explain why it was difficult to make.
When I first heard this question, the idea came up to my mind is the time I needed to make up my mind to whether get into like I gifted high school or not. Like that was when I was only around 15 years old at the ninth grade at a ordinary secondary school. I lived in Lakai City, which is a small and developing city. At that time, there was only one gifted high school for students in the whole city. Um, Many students dreamt of having competence to get into that school, including me. Gifted High School had the best curriculum for students who wanted to gain access to extensive knowledge of their majors. To be honest, it was really competitive, and it was estimated that the percentage of getting into that school is nearly about 7%. And I'm just a decent student. I'm not outstanding, and not until ninth grade did I instill the true value of learning, and I had to make a decision whether to study for a gifted school or just an ordinary high school. And in the end, I still decided to choose the gifted school. I chose English because I'm really into it. I asked my parents, and after reflecting on this question, they eventually decided to support me. Luckily, they were authoritative parents, so they were really supportive. They support me with the money, the time, and they even hired a private tutor for me so that I can improve my level of English skills as fast as possible. I still remember that I had to immerse myself in the English environment. I have to burn the midnight oil and always ask my friends and teachers for advice. And finally came the day I went into the examination room, and I feel a little bit anxious, but in the end, I still managed to do my exam really well. And around 2 weeks later, uh, I I was announced that I had passed the exams with flying color, and even I was as a third positions on the category. So to sum up, that decision was really important for me because not only do I become a gifted student, but it is proven that I can do anything with the determination. So yeah, it was a really hard choice, and I considered it a paradigm shift for me. But in the end, I still managed to do it, and it was is uh, a evidence for my determination.
Thank you. Let's move on to part three. Part three, what might happen if children live too dependent on their parents?
In cases where children become excessively reliant on their parents, several implications may arise. Firstly, the ability to make independent decisions and solve problems autonomously might be underdeveloped. This can hinder their personal growth and self-reliance. Furthermore, an overdependence on parents may impede the formation of their own identity and hinder their capacity to take initiative in various aspects of life. Ultimately, being overly reliant on parents may result in a lack of self-confidence and hinder their capacity to adapt to new situations and challenges.
What are the effects of parenting on their children's development?
Well, parenting styles play a crucial role in shaping children's development. Positive and nurturing parenting can foster emotional, social, and cognitive growth, leading to increased self assurance, resilience, and a positive self concept. Conversely, authoritarian or neglectful parenting approaches can have detrimental effects, resulting diminished self-esteem, anxiety, and behavioral difficulties. The effective parenting practices can also foster positive peer relationships and academic success, whereas negative parenting experiences may lead to the challenges in these areas.
So, what kinds of people tend to live by themselves?
Individuals who choose to live independently often include young adults seeking autonomy and personal growth. So, with a strong sense of self reliance and a preference for privacy and independence, also tend to live by themselves. Additionally, professionals who value solitude after a busy day at work, or individuals who cherish personal space and autonomy may opt for independent living arrangements.
Hey, switch. Ba câu ơi, ngắn. Switch.
Okay. Okay, Ming, welcome to the IELTS speaking test. Now let's move to part two. Describe an important decision you made on your own.
So, one important decision I want to share with you that I made on my own was choosing my career path after completing the secondary school. So, this decision was significant as it would shape my future and determine the direction of my maybe professional life. So, at the time, I was in my final year of secondary school, which is in grade 9, contemplating various options for high school choices. So back then, I was in hometown, surrounded by my friends and family who were supportive, but also eager to know what I intended to pursue next. And I was so stressed that I had to try to, strike a balance between study and rest. Making the decision involved a thorough process of self-reliance, research, weighing of different factors. I assessed my interest, strength, and long-term aspirations. I researched various fields to understand which paths align best with my goals. So I did sought advice from teachers, professionals in different fields, and family members to gain more diverse perspectives. I also have to set aside my allowance sometimes to afford some textbook that relate to my domain. Well, the decision was difficult primarily due to the magnitude of its impact. I feel pretty much pressure and to wisely, knowing that my decision would influence my educational path and overall satisfaction in the future. So there was the challenge of managing expectations from others while trying to stay true to my own aspirations. So moreover, I was transitioning from the structured environment of secondary school to the more independent world of high school, and this added to the layer of uncertainty and excitement, making the decision making process both daunting and exhilarating at the same time. Ultimately, after careful consideration and reflection, I decided to pursue Chuyên Lao Khai for Gifted Students, which is the school I'm currently studying at. Well, looking back, I realized that making this decision independently was pivotal in shaping my personal growth and professional journey, setting the stage for my future endeavors.
Okay, let's move to part three. What might happen if children live too dependent on their parents?
So, I believe if children become too dependent on their parents, several potential consequences can arise. Well, firstly, it could be the lack of independence. Children who rely excessively on their parents may, struggle to develop essential life skills and independence. They might find it challenging to make decisions, solve problems, and take responsibility for themselves as they grow older. The next one is, limited resilience, maybe. Dependency can hinder the development of resilience and coping mechanisms. When children always rely on their parents to solve problems or shield themselves from difficulties, they may struggle to manage setbacks and adversity on their own.
Okay. What are the effects of parenting on their children development?
So, as far as I know, and I believe, parenting has a profound impact on children's development, influencing various aspects of their physical, cognitive, emotional, and social growth. So, some of the effects of parenting on children's development are maybe first, it would be emotional development. So, the emotional environment provided by parents significantly shapes children's emotional development. Warm, supportive, and responsive parenting, fosters secure attachment, which is pretty much imperative for health, emotional regulation, and the ability to form healthy relationships later in life. The next one, it could be that the cognitive development, parenting practice such as like reading to their children or maybe engaging in stimulating the conversations and providing opportunities for exploration and learning contribute to the cognitive development. Well, a supportive and intellectually stimulating environment can enhance children's language skills, problem solving abilities, and maybe academic achievement.
Okay. Last question. What kinds of people tend to live by themselves?
Well, people who choose to live alone commonly referred to as, solo dwellers or single person households. They come from diverse backgrounds and, encompass a wide range of characteristics. So, some groups of individuals who tend to live by themselves maybe can be young people. Like the majority of young adults nowadays, particularly those in 20s and early 30s, often choose to live alone as they pursue higher education, or maybe establish their careers, or simply just try to enjoy the independence and autonomy that comes with living independently for the first time. So I think another groups of people that choose or tend to live by themselves is the career focused individuals. So professionals who prioritize their careers or um, religiously relocate for job opportunities may opt to live alone. This might include individuals who work long hours, travel frequently for work, back and forth, or have demanding jobs that require flexibility.
Okay.